Children, so many human beings were passing that road, but without bothering about her anxiety, uh, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. Unheeding means without giving attention to her, without looking at her, and her anxious eye, because she was so anxious to pass that. She wanted to cross that road, but nobody was there to help her out. Anxiety. Nobody was bothering about her anxiety. Okay. Now the third stanza. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came happy boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow piled white and deep. Past a woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way. So here, that time only when she was passing through, down the street, laughing and shouting. The group of boys were coming, laughing and shouting because the school got over. They were free from school and they were so happy. Okay, it was like a winter. You can say the winter holidays begin. Anything you can say that, or the school got over, and they were very happy. The group of boys, flock of sheep. It is a collective noun. Flock of sheep. Just underline that line. Flock of sheep means it is a collective noun. Group of children. Okay. So they looked like a flock of sheep. Who looked like a flock of sheep? The boys who were laughing, shouting, and happy boys. Isn't that? They were looking like a flock of sheep. Hailing the snow piled white and deep, and they welcomed. Hailing means they welcomed. They were happy to see the snow fall. Hailing means welcome. They welcomed the snow which was piled white and deep. So we're welcoming. They happy because they young children, young boys or young children, they love to play in that snow, isn't that? So they were welcoming. They were enjoying that snowfall. Past the woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way. Okay, so they went quickly on their way past the old woman, and they just nicely they were walking, enjoying, and they passed that old woman also quickly. Hastened the children. Hastened means quickly they passed the woman. None offered a helping hand to her. The boys passed that woman without paying heed to that woman. None of the boys offered a helping hand to that old woman. So weak and timid, afraid to stir. And the old woman was so weak and timid. Timid means scared. Scared and afraid to move on. She was afraid to stir. Stir means to move on because of slippery street. Why the street was slippery? Because of the snowfall. And she was not able to walk, and because of fear that she would be trampled either by the wheels of the carriages or the horses' feet. So it was too slippery that she was so much scared that she may trample her down, means she may fall down on the wheels because of the wheels of the carriages or the horses' feet. And on the slippery street, she was very scared to walk further. And she stood there only, trembling, shaking. Her legs were shaking. At last came out of the merry troop the gayest boy of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I will help you across if you wish to go. So from that group, merry troop. Merry means happy troop. Troop is group. Again, it is a collective noun. So it's a in the happy, the boys, those who are just moving in the group, happy, laughing, enjoying. And from that group, a gayest boy means a happy boy, the boy who is very happy or a nice boy. He came out from that group. He paused beside her. He just stopped beside that old woman, and he asked her softly, whispered low. Whispered low means asked her softly. You should know when you are speaking to the old people how polite you should be. And softly he asked that he would help her across the road if she wished to go. So I will help you to cross the road if you wish to go. Got it? So like this, the boy led his helping hand to that old woman. her aged hand on his strong young arm. She placed, and so without hurt or harm, he guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were young and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. So the old woman, she placed her old hand on the young boy's strong arm, because he was too young. This is a school going boy. And he guided her trembling feet along without allowing her to be hurt or harmed. So he guided her. Who guided her? The young boy guided the old woman whose feet was trembling. Trembling means shaking, shivering, because of the cold also, and because of her old age she couldn't able to walk. She was too scared to fall down. And that boy took care that the old woman should not get hurt or should be harmed. He was happy that his own feet were young and strong. So he was happy that he was too young and strong, his own feet, so that he could help that lady to cross the road. After taking her across, he went back to his friends and he just helped that old woman to cross the road, and he went back to his group friends happy and content. He was happy to help that old woman, content with what he had done, and he was full happy. He was satisfied that he helped somebody, especially the old woman. Got it? The next one, you can follow your textbook, children, if you couldn't able to see properly. Now, children, the second last stanza you can't see because it's a blur. So you can see from your textbook, okay? Just follow your textbook. Page number 38. Second last stanza. She's somebody's mother, boys, you know, for all she's aged and poor and slow. And someone sometime may lend a hand to my mother, you understand? If ever she's old and poor and grey, and our own dear boy so far away. So like this, the boy helped that old woman. He went to his troop and he explained to other boys that the old lady was somebody's mother. After all, even though she was now old and poor and slow, he hoped that someone, someday, sometime, may lend a helping hand to his own mother, means the boy's mother, if she became old and poor and he was far away. So like this, if it's what this paragraph tells us, children, it's very important that if we help somebody, somebody will be there to help our loved ones. Okay, so the boy helped that old woman. It's not necessary that somebody should help that boy. Somebody can help his mother, isn't it, his loved ones. So like this, we should always help others, those who are in need. Now the last stanza. Somebody's mother bowed low her head in a home that night, and prayer she said was, God be kind to that noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. So like this, children, as just now as I told you, if we help somebody, somebody will always will be there. They will always praise you. They will bless you. So in her home that night, the old lady who was somebody's mother bowed her head, means she was praying. She was praying to God. And what she prayed to God that God, please be kind to that noble boy, the very kind boy who helped me today to cross the road, because he was somebody's son. And that some son was not only he was somebody's son. That son was very pride and joy, because from that whole boys troop, only that boy was there who just came out to help that old woman to cross the road. So please be kind, please bless that noble boy. He is somebody's son. Isn't that how that old woman loved her son? Same way she's praying for somebody's son also. So like this, the poem tells us. Don't you think that it is very touching? It's very, very interesting. poem, that we should always help people in need. Whenever you will see somebody who needs your help to cross the road or anywhere, any old people, you're at home only, if you see your grandparents, they need your help, so you should be always ready to help others. Okay, so this is a very good poem written by Mary D'O'Brien, and I hope you have understood this poem. In the next period, we will discuss the question answers and the figures of speech of this poem. Okay, if you have any doubt, you should ask me immediately, children. Okay, bye.